Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. So I'm going to talk about where I've seen or experienced God recently. So a couple weeks ago, I was having a really frustrating day at work. I was very annoyed and I was ready for the day to be over. And I knew after work, all I wanted to do was watch TV and lay down. I didn't want to go to the gym. I didn't want to go to the store. I didn't want to run my errands. And work finally ends, and it's also raining that day. So it was just like I was already in a gloomy mood, and then the weather outside was gloomy. It kind of matched my mood. And then work finally ends and the rain stopped, and I was like, okay, like maybe I should get out of the house and change the scenery and, like get out of my head. So I go to the gym, and when I get out of the car, I see this huge rainbow in the sky. Like the sun's coming out again. Like there's this huge rainbow in the sky, and I'm just truly amazed. Like seeing a rainbow is always like very exciting for me because a lot of the time they're kind of faint or they're like half rainbows, but this one was a full rainbow. So I'm taking a photo, and there's a woman in her car, and she's like, hey, if you take a panorama instead of a regular photo, you could get the whole rainbow. And I was like, okay, like let me do that. So I'm taking my panorama. I'm taking, like, if you've ever taken a panorama on your phone, it takes kind of a lot longer than a photo, and you have to like move your camera around. So I'm doing that, and I'm just really just taking it all in. And the woman is like, starts breaking down. She's like, I had a really emotional week. I'm going through a lot, and she's just explaining like everything she's going through, and it was just like, wow, like this, she's venting to me in the parking lot, like I'm here for a reason. Like imagine I wasn't here, or like there's a purpose in me, being there in that moment. And she's done venting, and I was telling her, like, for me, I believe rainbows are a sign of hope and a sign of new beginnings. And I was just like telling her to keep having faith and to keep being hopeful, and to know that like the whatever she's going through is not going to last forever, and that there is like in the distance like brighter days. And then I go in the gym, and I'm just reflecting, and I'm like, to me, like, it's just so beautiful to see something like after a rainstorm, which not, some people do like rain, but for me, like, it's usually dark outside, thunder, lightning. It's not like the greatest experience, but usually the rain is there, and then like the rainbow is kind of like the light after the storm, and like connecting that to my life and to her life. Like I had a tough day, and seeing the rainbow is kind of just a sign, like, tomorrow's going to be a new day, and I'm not going to have the same experience that I had at work today that I will tomorrow, and I could be hopeful and not just like dwell on my feelings. And then for her, like that woman, like just saying how emotional it was for her to see the rainbow and to talk to me, like I think God put me there in that moment for a reason. Like all signs, like everything that I was feeling, and just like me being there in that moment, like is what God wanted me to do. Like God planned for me to be there in that moment, to be able to listen to that woman and to help her and be an emotional support for her. And I think in moments like that, it's just important to reflect and just think about like, wow, like everything happens for a reason, and it's because God wants it to happen. God wanted me to be there. God wanted that woman to have someone to talk to.